Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. Hey, listen, you guys, I am so late, but I am here to do Real Housewives of Atlanta season 12 reunion part one. And I had high expectations for the reunion. I said in one of my last few reviews because I thought it would be interesting. Definitely sets a precedent to have a reunion of this magnitude virtually. But I think Bravo did a really, really good job with executing it, with the editing. It was so much better as an edited presentation than I'm sure it would have been actually live, like watching them live do it. I think we all would have been like, what? Like, what is. So the format they use and how they edit it and how the final presentation, I'm really impressed with. I thought it was pretty good. From a lot of the preliminary thumbnails that I was seeing that people were dropping out there about the reunion, some things I was seeing on Twitter, that type of thing, I thought, oh no, it must have been a cluster duck. It sounds like the girls were just like off the chain, and Nene closed the computer down, and I just thought, oh, it's just going to be a bunch of people walking away because they can. I wasn't here for that. But finally getting a chance to watch it, I thought it was very entertaining. I really did. I was riveted. I thought it was very entertaining. First off, we start with all the ladies in their homes. They're all filming from certain spots in their homes. Everybody picked a beautiful setting for themselves. The ladies were wearing all white. They've done it before in a reunion. Now, virtually, they all wore white. I thought it made them all pop. I thought everyone looked beautiful. And I'm just saying, all things being equal, or the fact that they had to do things from their home, I'm going to give everybody a pass. I think everybody looked beautiful. The lighting was really good. I thought all the dresses, from what I could see, were nice. I thought Kenya's dress, to me, was the most plain. I think she was the most plain out of all the girls. We didn't get to see full on Marlo, like in a screenshot, just being able to really focus on her look. But from what I saw, she looked really pretty. I liked that texture that she was giving, the beading in her hair. I thought it was pretty. I thought it was pretty on her. I like her much, much better as a textured black girl than a black girl trying to move in a real Anglo-Saxon kind of way. I don't like all that straight hair and all that stuff. I think she can look pretty, but just a full textured look, ethnic, urban, Afro look, I think is pretty on her. And I think she should do it more often. I thought all the dresses were nice. Like I said, Kenya to me was the most plain. It was a lot of titty meat. It was a lot of titty meat. It was a lot of titty meat, but that part, I ain't gonna show y'all me because I ain't got no, no bra on. But that part is the part that's being seen in the caption. I love the way Porsha looked like she was laid to the side, child. I like the fact that all the ladies had straws with their drinks. I thought all of that was pretty. They seemed a lot more elegant in their own environment. I think it was a lot more live because they were all in their own environment. And I don't think we would have gotten as deep into the shade throwing and the receipts and the back of, if we had been like on stage, if the ladies had been in that group setting that they normally do, because you're just not as brave to me in person. You're holding your body a certain way. You're trying to emote. You're aware that you're being filmed and all of this, and so You try to carry yourself in a way that's not as intrusive. But baby, on live, it was the OK Corral, baby. They was snipering each other's from the corners, from the sides, the whole nine. For me, the MVP, I have to say, would have to be Porsha. Y'all know I have really loved Porsha for the last couple of seasons, but this last season, I love Porsha. I think Portia's coming into her own. I love to see the girls grow and change. I hate when they stay stagnant. It doesn't matter what the franchise is. I like when they grow and change, and you can see those changes, right? And I feel like we can see the most with Porsha. And Porsha came to read. You know, I know Eva considers herself to be quite the reader, baby, but when her and Porsha got into it, and Porsha started talking to her about some of the things she was saying, acting like she didn't remember some of the shade she had thrown. Y'all know because Kandi is the bone carrier, and she brought it all back to Porsha, and Porsha told Eva that her titties was socially distancing. Oh, it was good. It was good. It was it was entertaining. So they did some recaps, of course, on Kenya and Mark, which I don't really have an opinion on Kenya and Mark. This is the reason why I don't really get involved with people who, when they having like domestic issues. I'm not the friend you come talk to about how he treating you on a daily basis, because I'm gonna tell you what I won't put up with. Now, you already know the measure of what you will put up with as an individual, and you know, even though you complaining now, you're gonna go back to it. I'm not the person to talk to about it. If you want to talk to somebody about it, talk to somebody who can give you some neutral, passive, aggressive information. What I'm gonna tell you is probably gonna be going too far. I'm the person to come talk to when you really, really done. And Kenya pulled on our heartstrings all season long about how horrible Mark is and how bad Mark is, and now she's trying to play it like he's made this 360 change. He really didn't even seem like the type of dude that he seemed like this is the butthole that he is. And I don't understand why Andy didn't ask her. Maybe it's coming up in the next two episodes, the next two parts, because it's three parts, I think, to this reunion. Ask her if she talking to his parents yet, if Brooklyn done met her grandparents yet on his side. I was waiting for them questions. So the girls didn't go hard. I don't think they went that hard, but they went hard. They definitely went hard. They were way more comfortable with the read. Cynthia sat around. She looked real neutral. She was real neutral. You know, she didn't have a whole lot to say, but it did seem like Cynthia, Kenya, Eva, and even Kandi was against Porsha and Nene. But Nene and Porsha held their own. So far in this first part, they seem like they held their own. They talked about Mark and Ken, aka Kenya. They talked about how the girls have said little things towards each other, but was referencing their children and how children supposed to be off the table. Nene said, yes, I said it, to a lot of stuff like Kenya bought her eggs, Buffalo calling Cynthia a punk. She was like, yep, and what? They talked about Nene's relationship with Wendy Williams. Nene was saying, you know, she had agreed with Wendy to talk, if she had a problem with her, to talk with her off camera. At the same time, Wendy has not made any agreements with you because she's talking about you on camera, on her own show. And the ladies was pointing that out. Of course, Nene was so eerily quiet during that. I was like, oh, crickets from Nene. I thought that was very telling. The fact that they are saying that Wendy is not her friend, and she cussed everybody out but Wendy Williams. I was like, she sure was silent during all that. But baby, when I tell you Porsha was slicing and dicing, Kenya supposedly had some receipts where Porsha was talking about Nene or Eva or somebody that she wanted to show. And then Porsha was like, receipts, receipts. We need receipts. Show the receipts. You ain't got receipts for nothing else. Show your receipts. And after Kenya did her thing, it was like, womp, womp. Porsha pulled out her phone, baby. She had a text where supposedly Kenya was dragging this season Cynthia and saying she was coming for Cynthia. And Cynthia was like, you say you have receipts and she talked about me? I just don't believe that. Well, why are you even talking? Why are you even talking, Cynthia? They say that Cynthia might not get a peach next year. Friend of the show. She's kind of friend of the show now to me anyway. I mean, she don't have no pushback for Kenya at all. The girl told her she had receipts. Andy wanted to see the screenshot. Send it to me and Cynthia. Porsha was like, no problem. Oh, it was hilarious. So Porsha absolutely is the MVP so far. She looked beautiful. She had her crown. She got her quick comeback. She's not stumbling and bumbling. Okay, I like how she went ahead and came back at Kenya. Like, she needs that pushback too. And Eva seems real sold out with Kenya. It's like she riding for Kenya real hard, but she needs to take a note at how Kenya treats Cynthia. She always coming for her and slighting her in some type of way, like, making sure Cynthia know what her place is, right? And inclined to believe that she would do the same to Eva, but apparently Eva does not have any feelings about that one way or another. And she's sold out on the whole Kenya situation. I think we got a lot more information. We got a lot more completed disagreements as opposed to being on the show when they're able to holler and talk over each other. It was much more difficult. What about Kandi? I didn't understand why Kandi was riding so hard for Porsha to still be mad at Nene. It's just weird. She want Porsha to be really mad at Nene, but y'all know they say Kandi carry a grudge. But I think that's the precise reason why we should bring Phaedra back, because I would love to hear how she manages that relationship, how she handles Phaedra coming back. It is a real issue. I'd like to see some resolve to it one way or another. I'd like to see how she would handle that. She always got an opinion about other people's relationships. I don't know. I'm not knocking Kandi's business acumen. I think she's got a great business acumen. Obviously, she's done very well for herself financially. But on a personal level, I don't know. I'm not a sold out Kandi personality fan. I'm just not. I like that she does retort with Nene. She doesn't let Nene run over her, but at the same time, she makes a lot of excuses for the people she ride out for. But you're going to sit there and hold Porsha speak to the fire about forgiving Nene and the things she said and how it was just going too far. Like, I don't really see y'all being real demonstrative about the whole Cookie Lady situation. Real demonstrative about how she did Tanya at the table in Toronto when she said, would you want to know if your man is cheating? Like, you've conveniently moved past all of those things, okay, Kandi? And I find it a bit odd. I felt like Eva was off during this reunion. I felt like while she had some reads, I felt like Porsha was shutting her down. I felt like Nene was shutting her down quite a bit. Her and Nene had more of a verbal tussle back and forth. And then she started with the whole granny situation. Like, I don't think that Eva showed up as well in the read department. I just don't. And she rah-rahed Kenya through the whole thing. And then when they got to the part where they was questioning Eva about some things, not only did she said about Porsha about, but the comments, which everybody was talking about, that she made about little nappy head girls. And Kenya immediately, out of everybody, was the one that kind of chastised her, disciplined her as to how inappropriate that was. And she conceded. She was like, well, I understand all that, but yeah. Meanwhile, you just constantly riding out for Kenya. Kenya can't even answer for herself without you answering first and going on the attack. Like, pump your brakes. Pump your brakes on all this celebratory idolization of Kenya Moore. Like, who's doing that, right? But overall, I thought it was really good when Nene shut her computer down, and I thought that was funny. It was a little bit of excitement, and they couldn't really do nothing about the fact that she wasn't coming back until she came back. I'm sure they probably got her on the phone or something, but she came back and said she had to go pee and change her tampon. I was like, Nene, don't be crude. Don't be crude, darling. Don't be crude. But yeah, that pretty much was the whole reunion. Nothing specific. Like I said, if you like reading and pretty girls, you will enjoy this Real Housewives of Atlanta season 12, part 1 of the reunion. You'll enjoy it thoroughly. It was entertainment for entertainment purposes only. I look forward to it getting better and better. I tell you what I will miss. I don't know if they're going to have them or not, but I will miss the husbands. I like it when the husbands come out, and we don't have a lot of husband interaction. This year was the first year we had since Paulo and Peter Thomas left. This year was the first year that we had a lot more husband interaction. So I hope they're at their reunion virtually too. Y'all tell me what y'all think about the reunion and the reads, honey. Who was your MVP for this part 1? I have to say it was Porsha. She seemed like she was having the most fun. When they brought Tanya on, I enjoyed it. I didn't really like what Tanya was wearing. She was giving me some like first lady tease. I think she was more on the boring side too. I don't see what purpose a peplum serves when you're doing the reunion virtually. I think something just that would have been popping a little bit more at the top would have been nicer on Tanya. But she was giving old nasty red lip. I love how she was riding out for Porsha. I really enjoyed that. But some of her quips that she was throwing in, I was like, okay, you must have had to be there. It must be an inside joke because like it wasn't landing properly. But I do like how she challenged Kenya. She seemed like she came to come for Kenya. So I hope we see a little bit more of her and Marlo in part 2 and part 3. Okay, honeybees, like I said, tell me what you think. Put it down below. And until next time, I'll holla.